Before that though, let's begin with the person who started this whole thing. Please welcome to the stage a man who is not only a founding partner of these awards, but continues to be a major sponsor as well. His office, his lovely wife Angela, his family, and a whole dedicated team work year-round to bring us to this evening. Himself an immigrant from Lebanon, a business achiever in his own right, he's also a published author whose book, In Someone Else's Shoes, has recently become a bestseller. And can I say personally, he's one of the hardest working, most generous, loveliest people that you could meet in your whole lives. Please welcome Mr. Joseph Assaf.
Thank you, Tracy, and good evening to you all, dignitaries, leaders, politicians, finalists, sponsors, judges, media representatives, and guests. Allow me tonight to break with the formal protocol and just say welcome to each and every one of you. As many of you would be aware, I am well accustomed to standing in someone else's shoes, but tonight I stand here entirely overwhelmed by this very warm welcome into someone else's house. You know, some 25 years ago, a while after my journey to Australia, I reached into what had been my empty suitcase, and I drew from it a dream I had only just realized I had left unpacked. That dream was to recognize and celebrate the achievements of all migrants who had come here with their own empty suitcases and who, against all odds, have achieved a great success. The recognition and celebration of their resilience and enterprise became the Ethnic Business Awards. I want to thank my partners, my life partner, Angela Bianca. Normally I call her my white angel. I want to thank my founding media partner, SBS, and my founding partner, the National Australia Bank, who right from the start supported my dream. They have walked the journey with me for the last 25 years, and they have been joined by those many other sponsors and supporters along the way, all of whom I thank from the bottom of my heart. Tonight, we focus on the finalists and winners over the last 25 years by celebrating what we might call the best of the best. Eventually, these migrant businesses also became part of the inspiration for the establishment of an Indigenous category in the awards. And just like them, those Indigenous businesses themselves have gone on to become exemplary role models for their communities. They all, early settlers and the new settlers, Indigenous and migrant alike, have delivered the indelible message that through hard work, perseverance, skill, and innovation, anything is possible. I recently looked at the turnover of the 100 nominees who participated in this year's award, all of whom have been winners or finalists over the last 25 years. In the 2012 financial year alone, their cumulative turnover exceeded $6 billion. Now, if you take the average turnover in that calculation and multiply it by the number of all nominees over the last 25 years, you come up with a figure of $960 billion. That's for 1 year. Or multiply it by the number of businesses in Australia that are owned by people born outside this country, and the figure reaches a staggering $36 trillion. But okay, let's say that sounds a bit optimistic. Let's halve it. Then halve it again. Then halve it again, and one more time for good measures. You still come up with a figure of $1.25 trillion, a little below the current GDP of Australia. So, Prime Minister, you were absolutely right when at last year's awards you said migration has worked. And Mr. Abbott, you were also spot on when you said without migration, Australia would be the biggest loser. And if you allow me, I have also been on the money, pun definitely intended, when I have said every one of our migrants is a mini economic stimulus package. But the contribution of migrants is not only financial. The wealth they bring to our country and our society must be measured in so many other ways: cultural, artistic, gastronomic, linguistic, and so on and so on. The harmony that can be achieved by honestly embracing such diversity could well serve as an example to the world, with a peace and a mutual understanding as the product of lively debate, a genuine interaction, and warm-hearted acceptance. What a different place the world might be if we could be a role model, if our aspirations toward a truly multicultural society were to be shared by other organizations, other countries, and other societies across the globe. That's why we continue to take our message to the world. That's why we celebrate these champions of champions tonight. And that's why I take a great pleasure in congratulating them all and thanking them for their continuing and outstanding contributions to this great country of ours. Let me conclude by thanking Australia for continuing to provide a pocket of freedom and opportunity in the midst of a complex and colorful world. Thank you.